Hey, it's Ev. This is another webcam transition update. I have actually filmed this whole thing and then realised my laptop didn't save any of the audio, so I'm filming it again. Also, I am pale, but I'm not as pale as my camera is making out. So the update is just to say I've had my second NHS gender clinic appointment. I had to have it over Zoom due to the lockdown issues with the coronavirus. I actually sent an email just to make sure that they had my right address and everything and that I was still on the system, and then weirdly the next day I think I had a text offering me an appointment. It might have been an email, but I think it was a text. I don't know if that was just a weird coincidence or if me emailing them reminded them that they existed, not really sure. But yeah, my Zoom appointment was at the start of May, which is actually quicker than I expected it to be. I was referred July 2017, I had my first appointment January 2019, and now I've had my second appointment in May 2020. But someone I know online actually got referred a couple of months after me and is only having their appointment like a month after I've had my second one, which is really weird. It's awful how long their waiting lists are, and sometimes it seems like it's not fair how some people get seen before other people and stuff. When I first got offered my appointment, I was kind of freaked out because they said it had to be over Zoom, like over video call, but then I looked on their website and it said that over video call they can't endorse hormones or refer you for surgery. Basically, they can't do anything. So I was like, what's the point of me having an appointment? If I then take this appointment, will you then tell me you can't do anything, but I have to wait 18 months for my next appointment? So I emailed to ask about that. One person emailed me back saying, no, don't worry, that's not the case. The website isn't really up to date, and a Zoom appointment can help me. And then someone else emailed me back, not knowing the other person had replied, and they basically suggested that I did wait until I could be seen in person. So I was very confused. And then a woman phoned me from the clinic and said, apologised for that happening and said that the Zoom call definitely can help, and encouraged me to take it, but said that it was my choice. And obviously I did end up taking the Zoom appointment. I'm still waiting for a letter or email summarising the appointment, but from what I could tell, I think the outcome is that they are now taking over my hormones. I went privately for hormones with Gendercare. Then after the first appointment, they said, no, we're not doing anything until your second appointment. And my second appointment, I said, can you now take over my hormones? And she said, oh yeah, we could have just done that after your first one, which is great. On my first appointment, I said, Testogel is drying out my skin, so I want to change to injections. Please can I change to injections? And they said, no, you'll have to wait 14 to 18 months until your second appointment if you want us to change you. Otherwise, go private. So I had to pay £170 to go back to the private clinic and get switched. But I didn't just pay that because I wanted to switch. I obviously had to go every year for a review anyway. But if they took over my hormones, I wouldn't have had to have stayed with Gendercare, so it ended up costing me more money. The other outcome is that I'm pretty sure she said that she would give me my first signature for lower surgery, and that now I'll have to wait the normal amount of time for my next appointment, which I assume will be face-to-face, and then I can get my second signature and then I'll be referred. She did also mention that the lower surgery team sometimes sees people once they have one signature just for a pre-referral appointment, not a proper consultation, more of an informal appointment. I don't know how they decide who gets those and who doesn't, because some people have said, yeah, that's what they did, and other people have said, no, they didn't see them until they were fully referred. In terms of differences between an in-person appointment and a Zoom appointment, it wasn't really that different. If anything, it was probably slightly better because I didn't have to travel there. I don't live anywhere near London and I have to get a train and a tube. So I already knew how to use Zoom. They just send you the code or the link or whichever way they do it, and then you just go onto Zoom, and then when it's the time for your appointment, they just come up and then you just speak to them through video call. I saw a different woman to the one I saw last time. When she was giving me a little bit of information about lower surgery, I said that I've done a lot of research and stuff, but I assume that they're just told that they have to give a brief overview. So she just kind of rambled about lower surgery for a bit, and a few of the things she said weren't really accurate and were kind of misleading. If I hadn't done my research, I would have gone away thinking things that weren't true. She said, with metoidioplasty you can't stand to pee afterwards, and that's not the case. You can get urethral lengthening, and sometimes some people have that and then find it hard to stand to pee, but like a lot of people can. It's not the case that it just is impossible. A lot of people definitely can do that. The other thing is that when she was talking about skin grafts for phalloplasty, she kind of listed like the arm, the leg, the abdominal area, and then she said the buttock area, which she made it sound like that skin is then used to create the phallus, which isn't how they do it. They take that skin, put it on your arm once they've taken the arm skin to create the phallus. And then after that she said, and there's many options, and like that was the complete list of options, plus another option that isn't an option. So if I didn't know about how the London team does phalloplasty, I would have gone away from that thinking that you can have a phallus created out of your bum skin and anywhere else. Like there are other options, you can take it from anywhere. Whereas like the London team just does arm, thigh and pubic and metoidioplasty. But I think maybe she was just sort of rambling and not paying attention to what she was saying. And obviously I'm very shy, so I just nodded and was like, wow, yeah, I agree. Very true. Because of my issues with my testosterone levels being too high and me coming off tea for a while, and then like I haven't been having my monthly blood tests that I'm meant to be having, I'm going to start having them again soon. I have an appointment on Tuesday. But when my levels are low enough for me to go back on tea, which I think will probably happen soon, I'm a bit concerned because I'm not really sure who to contact now or who to tell my GP to contact. I don't even know who my endocrinologist is now. I don't know if I'll ever meet them. I don't know if I was meant to have met them or be meeting them. I don't know if I'm meant to send my blood test results to the London GIC. I don't know if my GP is, or if they will know how to, or if we get in contact with them, will they take like a year to get back in contact with me when I'm ready to start tea again? Are they going to take months to get around to actually instructing my GP that it's okay for me to start again, and what dosage to give me and all that kind of stuff? Like, I have no idea what the process is now. It hasn't really been mentioned. I'm hoping that when I get a letter summarising my appointment or an email, it will like clarify some stuff, but I don't have my hopes up. Whereas like before with Gendercare it was easy because I could just email, get in touch with Dr. Seal, or I could even go and book an appointment to go and see Dr. Seal and like talk about things, and it was like easy to sort things out, and my GP knew how to contact Dr. Seal and everything, and he was just instructing them like to take me off tea when it's low enough, what to do. But originally the plan was to put me back on libido but with 1 week's difference, but I think like how high my levels got and now how long they're taking to go back down, I feel like I need more than 1 extra week before shots. And I think also it might be a case of me having to go back on testo gel or on sustanon or something. But yeah, I'm really worried that the NHS is going to be shit at like organising all that and communicating, and like, yeah, my T levels are probably going to go back down to like female range, and then they're going to take months to sort it out. Possibly years, who knows. But yeah, the good thing is that now the NHS have agreed to take over my hormones. If I change, like, I've been lying about where I live to stay with a GP that was happy working with a private clinic, because I have experience before of GPs not being happy to work with a private clinic. But now, like, it's much more likely that a GP is going to work with the NHS clinic because they're like really supposed to. Even though sometimes they don't and they refuse, but they are supposed to. So now I can go back to a GP that's actually near where I live again and hopefully get back on testosterone, and hopefully things will be smoother. But I am very prepared for them to not be, because it just seems likely. Also, I got a phone call from the GIC saying that I've changed my address, so I need to contact them with my new address so that they can send me my letter summarising my appointment. But I haven't changed my address. So I emailed them like, I can't update my address because it's the same as what you already have. And then they emailed back saying, what's your date of birth? So I emailed back with my date of birth, and then I haven't heard anything since. and it's been like over a month since my second appointment, but yeah, I feel like them taking months to send letters sounds about right, so I'll give them a little bit longer and then I'll contact them and see. I feel like they've just convinced themselves that I don't really live at my address, so they don't want to send a letter to my address or something like that. But then I've heard other people say that they're now sending emails instead of letters, so I don't even know why they're worried about my address. But yeah, that's about it. This video is now really long and it was meant to be really short. That's why I did it on my webcam. It's really bad quality and I look like an actual ghost. I'm actually like the colour of a white piece of paper. Okay, yeah. Bye, and I'll update when I have any updates to update.